Hey Taurus, how are you guys? Let's do your reading. So just in the pre-shuffle, we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Looks like some sort of communication is going to float on in. I'm not sure. Looks like something, this is kind of feeling like the Page of Swords, which is the spy card. Oh, and here's a sword. Okay, so Page of Wands, which is communication coming in. Looks like it's unexpected. Really unexpected. Interesting. Let me just get a couple more. This is just pre-shuffle, and then we will lay out a full spread. How are you guys? This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's general, of course, so will not resonate for everyone. This is so interesting. Lots of similarities and synchronicities already. We got feathers twice already here. And there's a toucan. And I think I might have had a dream about birds, actually, now that I think about it. Wow. Interesting. Something with birds. I can't remember it, though. But anyway, there's feathers. So that might be a sign for you. Four of Swords. This is taking a time out. Maybe you've removed your energy from someone and now they're curious. There's a curiosity here. I'm also still feeling spying. Interesting. All right. So this is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I had a couple questions, and I hope you guys are doing very, very well. Let's go ahead and lay out a spread. So far we have definitely a vibe of, I think, spying and birds and communication. Somebody's wondering, curiosity. Somebody's maybe wondering why someone else pulled their energy away. Yeah, walked away. Look at that. 8 of Cups. There's a ladybug. Okay, so something just was going on too long. Something has just been too big and burdensome for too long. Maybe just wasn't healthy. But the 10 of Wands is carrying a very heavy burden for a while. And then the 8 of Cups, of course, is walking away. King of Wands, maybe from a fire sign. Somebody that there was a lot of fire for is what it looks like. It could be an Aries, Leo, or Sag. 9 of Cups. What's crowning is self-love, abundance, feeling valued. This is pretty... What's coming is the King of Swords. This is typically... There is a lot of air here. Okay, here's the bottom of the deck. We have the Wheel of Fortune. That's destiny. It's a lot of moving parts working together for your better good, though. The King of Swords in the future. So you could have an air sign coming in. But the King of Swords is... That sword is up. It looks like enlightenment is what it's coming through. Things get clearer. Yeah, cycle changes. Cycle ending. Look at that, the World card at the bottom. So, you know, at the heart of the matter, there's a cycle that needed to complete. Maybe walking away is something that needed to happen a long time ago, but you were overly loyal to the point where it wasn't really... We can be overly loyal, which means, what does it mean? It means that, you know, we're sacrificing ourselves too much for loyalty, and I don't think we're supposed to do that, you know. Oh, Queen of Wands. So now we have King and Queen of Wands. Very interesting. There's that Knight of Swords. Lots of players here. There's a lot, maybe a lot of friendships, a lot of people having an opinion. The Knight of Swords. King of Swords, Nine of Swords. Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. This is, looks like it's about, looks like there's a lot of, actually a lot of people watching maybe. Too many opinions. We got King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Options. So, I mean, as much clarity as it looks like there is here, there's a lot of confusion as well. Maybe going back and forth. The Magician, what do I want? So there is a need, I think, to be clear about what you want. Oh my gosh. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Magician, and Ace of Pentacles. Wow. You know what this feels like? Look at all these aces. It feels like you... We got Ace of Wands, it's passion. It's passion in the beginning. We got Ace of Swords. It's a very, it's like victory after a battle. See, the light's like a winding staircase. Somebody's coming up out of something, a repeated pattern. But this is clarity, victory. And then we have Ace of Pentacles. So something stable. This is... looks like the Magician. What this looks like is, it looks like when you are going to be manifesting and you need to be very clear about it. Do you really want to be thinking about, because you know the universe is going to give you what you want, or give you what you think about. And if you're thinking about something or someone that's not clear, or something or someone that's not been good for you, then you're confusing your manifesting. So and this is also, I was just about to say, write it down. This looks like a book and a journal, and something can grow from it. So I would say write down what you want, get clear about it, because it's kind of seems like it's all jumbled up in your head. It's unclear. And if it, see, they coincide, these readings. This is a flower, like, you know, growing out of this book. I'm feeling this book as maybe your journal. Time to write things down and be clear about what you want. This is all about clarity. And this is about stability, letting something grow strong and stable. Yes, it can grow, like there can, you know, the flower plants can grow in the crack in the sidewalk. They can make there's no stopping things that are meant to be, or that you put enough effort into. You know what I mean? If you nurture it, if you put sunshine and water, it's gonna find a way. You got to nurture your dreams and your manifestations, but there may be some clouding of them that's been going on here. But we have some powerful cards here. We've got the World and the Wheel of Fortune. This is like, excuse me, I don't know where that came from. Abundance. This is like destiny and fortune. You're going to choose this little world, or you're going to choose this big world. Let's grab a different deck and see if we can dive in deeper. I feel like this has, I feel like asking about love. Okay, but I also feel like this has something to do with money. So, okay, Page of Cups, defensive. Something just isn't working, or there's been a defensiveness, and that's blocking, I think, things back and forth. Someone has been back and forth. I do believe it needs to end, because you've got some major... You've got some major potential here, and I think it's finance. But look, there's damage, but you got to stop letting something continue to hurt you. Okay. This is competition. The Five of Wands, conflict, competition, bickering. I feel like there's too many voices here. And just, there's a strong need for clarity. So writing things down might be your main message. That's what's going to help you. So the person on your mind sees things as very conflicted, but also looks like they are going to come towards you. Whoops. Okay, so advice from Tarot, if you choose to take it, is to focus on your work. Focus on Pentacles. Focus on the things that you can mold and shape. And I don't think this love connection is part of it. I think there's a cycle that needs to end. But you got major potential that can be tapped into. I swear we just had that, did we not? Page of Pentacles looks like an apology. Somebody's just too back and forth. Yeah, you've got something coming in. Somebody's going to come in with an apology and ask, it looks like, for forgiveness. But this is like no more. I don't want to keep going back and forth on this. So maybe there's a need to stand your ground and just be very clear. Page of Pentacles, that's communication coming in suddenly. Somebody's going to come in, ask for forgiveness, I do believe. And you know what? I don't think you're going to take it. Because this is all about independence. Everything here is screaming, you know, whatever the in and out energy has been just very detrimental. Time to move on. Look at that. It's a decision to move on. This is all about moving on. Okay, it could be a third party. But I also got friendship really strong. Anyway, we got the Lovers here. This is a decision. And the Three of Wands is making peace with the past and where you are now and just focusing on the future. Yeah, I think you're cutting someone out. Well, that maybe wasn't upside down. I need to get an oracle. Maybe the oracle will, usually the oracles will clear everything up, kind of pull it all together. Oh, see that? Moving away from somebody that's detached and undecisive. And taking your power back. Moving towards the Wheel of Fortune. This is destiny. And I think it's going to be communicated. This is what I want. It's just going to be, there might be a need for clear communication. Let's grab an oracle. See if it gives us. Let's grab an oracle and see if it pulls it all together. But that ending was pretty clear. It looks like you're getting out of something that's been undecisive or unhealthy. And I mean, it doesn't, you know, if it's hard to let go of a situation that's bad for you, remember you're letting go of a situation that's bad for you. It doesn't have to be forever, you know. But it's just while it's not good for you. Round and round. And so something interesting going on here with shells. There's the shell again. Yeah, blessed, TikTok. I think you just are kind of being told or reminded that time is ticking and you're missing out on blessings that because all your energy is tied up or sucked. It's like the energy is sucked out of you by something that's not feeding you, if it's not elevating you, you know. Milk and honey. No place like home. These are both really strong home cards. Like, take comfort in, you know, things make your home a sanctuary. Interesting. This is just screaming that you've got more to do than you're doing, and there's something or someone that's holding you back. Make sure you guys are getting outside and getting sun on your face every day, okay? There might be a need to play music, dance. Make sure, you know, when you are feeling down, music is so key. But this is kind of like, what is your inner child need? It needs to be loved on and hugged and comforted. So I'm learning a lot about internal family systems, which is not actually about our family. It's about all the little parts of us and who rules all our feelings and stuff. And I'm going to be sharing more of that. I just don't feel like comfortable enough yet to really go into detail. But basically, all these parts of you, these parts that are hurt, these parts that hold on to something that's negative, all these different parts of us, they're all valuable. They're all little parts of us that, you know, just need parenting and that maybe weren't parented correctly or made to feel safe. And so there's a greater, you know, our higher self is also a part of us that can learn to parent and comfort and direct and you know, support those other insecure parts of us. But I want to read this Unfinished Symphony real quick. Unfinished Symphony. Okay, so here we go. So this is really has some sort of message about some sort of childhood issue, or there's 2 5s here, so that's a 6 and that's an 11. And then we've got a 10. Something with music. Play music, you guys. Give yourself that lift. It says, unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, a lack of closure, need to make amends. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project, which we got, and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. So I'm going to just say that just totally tied everything that we were getting together. And one thing that kept coming through was like an indecisiveness or uncertainty, and writing it down I think is going to help. Okay, so write down what you want and why you want it. Just writing things down can make a major, it just brings so much clarity, because otherwise you got all this stuff swimming around in your head. So it says, this is the relationship part. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied. It's important to achieve this for yourself. So write a letter. Look at that. Write that letter. Make the caller have the conversation over a cup of tea. Oh my gosh, wait. We had tea. Oh, didn't we? Did I put it back? Hold on. Oh, did I put it? It must have been in the pre-shuffle, but I had the 3, I think it was 3 of cups. And it was, I almost literally said friends having tea. Oh, I guess I put it, it must have been pre-shuffle. We'll have to rewind. But okay, so this totally is on, this is just clarifying and confirming the message we got. Okay. It's important to achieve this for yourself. So write that letter, make that caller have that conversation over a cup of tea or over a cup of coffee. So for peace of mind, accept matters as they are. Make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. So be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So you got to close the door on this. And you'll have room for a passionate new beginning. Let me see, where's that other one? I'm sorry, you guys, this just makes me, like, I get so excited when, okay, well, it must have been in the pre-shuffle. But I get so excited when things, you know, correlate like that, because it just is confirmation. Oh, there it is. Look. See, through the cracks. What happens? A new bloom. Let me get this to focus. Sorry. There. Okay. So here's prosperity. Make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, and hand in an assignment. Complete the work of art. So tie up loose ends so that you can move forward with surety, knowing that you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. So this is all about wrapping things up and starting anew. Stop letting old stuff linger, okay? Because it's dimming light. It's dimming your light and your potential. You've got a lot of potential for money, wealth, and love. But something that's been holding on to you, lingering, is back and forth, is preventing or stalling or slowing you down. So radical change is what it's saying. I love you guys so much. Let's talk in the comments. I'll see you soon. Bye, Virgo.